Hey, what's up? This is Todd Smith, and I am back with another video. In this video, I want to talk about Behringer and how they have officially returned to my hardware jam setup. As you saw yesterday, I had the rack out and I used the Model D in a brand new live jam. About a week and a half ago, maybe a couple weeks ago, I did a live jam with a TD3. If you follow this channel, I kind of threw a bunch of my synths in the closet as punishment. No, because I had to learn my new Roland gear. I had it for almost a year and I realized I didn't know everything about it. And I still don't know everything about it, but I know a lot more than I did a couple months ago. I spent a lot of time with the MC707. That thing is really deep. It's a pretty much groovebox slash workstation. There's a lot under the hood in the MC707. And I'm really glad I took the couple months to isolate it because I learned a lot and it's the heart of my studio. So with all that being said, learning more about the 707, a little bit more about the Juno X, I felt it was time to bring the kids out of the closet. And I'm really happy with the first few jams that I incorporated the Behringer pieces. If you watched the jam yesterday, you notice I have this all rigged up very close to my PC now. 8 tracks, all going into Ableton Live Lite. And honestly, I talked about possibly expanding into 16 tracks before getting everything into one big setup. And the more I think about it, I might just stick with these 8 tracks that I have because it's a lot and I can cycle things around if I need. It gives me some variety. I kind of like the minimalism going on here with the setup I have right now with just the Juno X, the 707, some analog pieces. I guess that's not really minimal, but to me it's minimal enough to do a lot, but not get too lost in the fluff, where there's just like a room full of stuff. There's a good amount here, but it's not too much. I love Roland and I love Zencore. It's absolutely amazing. The Juno X 707 sounds amazing, but it is very clean. And you have to do a lot of work to kind of give it some grit, where the analog kind of has that grit out the gate. So I think having the pure analog layering with my Zencore engine really has a nice balance of kind of cleanness from the Zencore in that analog grit from the natural analog. I think if you listen to the jam yesterday, that really plays out from the, you can hear the pads that's coming from the Zencore. It's very crisp and clean and cuts through very nicely. But then the bass coming in from the Model D definitely has more of that analog feel. And I think the balance between the two makes a nice contrast. And this setup still has 2 free inputs, even with the limited 8 with my current gear that's currently out, which means I can bring in, another 2 analog pieces or another stereo digital piece. I really like having my computer screen next to me. Working with the analog, it helps a lot. Being able to lay effects and I'm really loving the kind of hybrid setup and just using the computer as just purely a mixer, adding effects, recording the audio. I mean, that's it. I'm really happy with this setup. I know I just made a video talking about how I got too much mono from Behringer. I want the 101 because I just feel the 101 is built for me. In the video I talked about simplicity. I really bind with the Behringer synths that are simple. I just feel the 101 is built for me, especially because my industrial vibe. So even though I bought too many Behringer mono synths, I might get some more, which is, I don't know if that's sad. Is that sad? I don't know. I'm not selling them though. Even though I say I got too many, that's a word what's too many? I just have. Basically, I won't ever use them all at the same time. It just means I have more options. It means I'm spoiled as hell. But I'm especially if I get the 101. I have so many mono synths I'd never use them all at one time. But they are back in the setup, boys. They are back to attack. I am going to be busting out the music hardcore. If you haven't noticed, there's been an uptick in my videos in general. There's been an uptick in my jam rate. That is going to continue forward. I kind of took a little long-term break. I was like, I'm going to take a break for a month. It ended up being 6 months. And then I took a break for a while where I kind of slowed down my content creation. Went out and enjoyed life. Now I'm back, ready. I really hope you guys are ready for what's going to be unleashed. Thank you so much for staying here. Honestly, YouTube, with their algorithm, and I slow down my content creation, it's very easy to be left behind. To anyone who's stuck through and is still here supporting me, even through the slow times where I run my mouth and say my opinion, everyone might not agree with it. It just means a lot that you've stuck around for this channel. And anyone new who's kind of jumped in recently, man, welcome aboard. You've jumped in during a good time, I promise that, because things are about to take off. I would love to hear your opinion on pretty much anything. You know, what's going on with your life? How you feeling right now? I hope you're vibing. I hope you're doing good. And as always, stay positive, stay creative, support each other, and peace.